So let's go. So we are live here. Live. We do have 9 more minutes till the open. Only gonna be 9 more minutes till the open. I'm only gonna be taking very good setups today, so that's like one of my goals here. Like, not scalping all over the place really. Like, I only wanna be taking really good setups here. Yeah. Real quick, gonna mark my chart up here. Then there's some places I'm interested in, and we have 75 here. Then we have around 20-ish. Let's make this the low of day actually here. And then maybe like obviously 4400 and maybe like in the 80s here. So just for some context, I guess. Now we're kind of looking like we want to hold this here before the open. But if you know me, you know, like, I'm not taking trades before the open. Like, I really want to be looking. Yeah, I want to be looking closely what happens on the open. It does seem like we're respecting the 20s here. Strong buying coming in here. Also gonna make around this pivot another one. A bit lower here. Around this pivot, because this was yesterday's range here. So what makes sense here? And obviously, like, around here, like, I don't know what. Like, just in case we like have lots of volume and move fast and farther. It's just like kind of places I want to play around here. Really going, just like breaking higher here. Oh well, but we're not opened yet, so I'll wait. So yeah, let's see. Let's see. And this could go like to 35s here, in my opinion. Lots of strong buying here. Still waiting though. I'm gonna be patient today, and like, obviously this looks like a pretty clean long setup here. But I'm not taking it simply because of how should I say it? Like, I really, above everything else, I want to be disciplined today. So that's what's kind of most important to me here for today. Thanks West Coast Wales for joining in. Yeah, kind of really want to be disciplined today. So I'll wait. Like I said myself out to not take a trade before the open. So I'm not taking a trade before the open. Gotta stick to your rules. Like today could also be like a very good day, just like yesterday for the market to just run down here, take out the overnight, the pre-market low, which is also the overnight here, and then just rally. So very, very good scenario here for today, in my opinion. But in general, like I just want to take it very slow today. So let's see. Today, like I really wanna just take it slow. Okay, like I wanna reduce the amount of trades I'll be taking. Also just for my psychology and stuff, like I really could need a green day today. So I just like honestly, like I don't really care that much about having a green day today. Like I care about like finally executing well again. That's don't know, like lately my execution wasn't the best, and my trading style, or my edge, unfortunately kind of relies pretty heavily on executing my edge very well and just being very fast with my decision making. Can someone tell me if someone has a DOM up, if my DOM is lagging here a bit? Because it does seem like I'm not sure I'm a different place, if you have noticed, like also like heavy buying coming in just before the open. Is my DOM kind of slow and lagging? Like I'm really not sure. Like this doesn't feel right. I'm not sure if it. Let's see in the open now. I'm not sure if it's just like general the volatility is a little bit less, or if I'm actually lagging here. So now we're kind of falling in here. So now we're opening. Now let's see if we get this puke lower here. We kind of see it stall here. We have this liquidity sitting here. So now we did take out the overnight low here. Now let's see what happens. I do like this for a long setup here, but oh Jesus. Small loss to start off the day, a kind of big loss. Could have been a little bit more patient here and waited for this to break this, but it's fine, I guess. So now we're kind of just tanking here. This is starting. No, this is not enough. Now we're kind of lagging here. Now we did pull through this low note here. Let's see if we can hold above it now. If we can hold this volume area here, like I'm willing to long again. Trying to long here. Doozy heavy buying here. Now it kinda has to go. Putting my second stop in here. Taking one off here at break even. Putting my stop on here again. I'm lagging, like I'm lagging here. Jesus. I kinda need to break the 1750s now. Has to go now, whoops. Oh dear. I'm lagging, like my DOM is lagging. Oh, this sucks here. I can't trade this. I can trade like this. It's slow. Now I kind of bottom ticked here. And holding this point of control here. We're just building volume off of it though, like you kind of want or needed to see it reject here, and we're just like trading volume into it. So don't like that much here for long. Tschüss.
Nicht, dass es runterfällt.
Okay, lieb.
Den Billa plus Karte.
Ja,
Weil ich gehe da zum Billa.
ja.
Brauchst du was?
Ja. So, ja, bis morgen. Okay, now we're kind of going here. Now we finally, this looks like we want to break higher now. So we did finally break the 18s here. Getting in for a continuation here. Trying to get out here for a small loss. Don't know, like seeing this liquidity here into the lows and now pull this pulling away. Don't know. I think it wants to test the lows again. Can still re-enter long if I want to, but this trade was not working. It was not. Now it's 2/0 here. Really happy I pulled this trade, so this gives me like some confidence here for today in general. Like that's just important, like pulling my losers here when I'm wrong. I do like this. So let's see. We did break on let's see if we see follow through from sellers. We did break on volume, so in order to take this long, it needs to at least break the point of control here, which also like it's massive here. Like I need to take this long. I need to see how price does a point of control here. And while we're like in this low volume area here, hanging out and just chilling, this looks like it wants to go lower for now. I don't want to short it though, like I don't, but I'm just focusing on longs here, but that's not a long for me. Like this point of control might pull it back in, but there are probably more sellers here, so at this point, like now we do see some big buying here into the lows on the tick. Okay, and we did bottom ticket, buy a tick. So now I'm maybe getting interested in the long here. Let's see what happens if we test it again. Do we run out of sellers here? Do we have sellers? Like barely any sellers here. Not many people willing to sell here, longing this. Now we do see like some volume here, but not really big sellers anymore here. So I'm okay with this trade for now. Looking at point of control closely, like probably taking it off here at point of control or close to it. No, I don't like this here. But it's coming up faster than it goes down, which is good. So let's see if we can break through point of control. We just kind of broke through point of control here. So I'm staying in this here. This could be a short squeeze. Don't want to see it fall below it though. Like this should hold point of control now. I'm out. Nice. Kind of struggling here. Trying to get out here. I have to get out here for a small win. That sucks now, like, Jesus. Like, now I only got out for a tick here. Maybe I should have kept my take profit just above point of control, which was my initial plan. But I thought this has potential to really squeeze. I'm still okay with pulling it at the point where it did, because it just didn't hold point of control and just fell through. So I'm okay with pulling it the way I did, because this looks like it wants to go lower now. It probably does. But I probably should have my take profit, just left it there, just 1 or 2 ticks below above point of control. Basically to. Now we do see the sellers getting absorbed here into the lows. But I do think this needs to grab the liquidity down here. Gonna add a buy limit order here in the 1250s. We have a lot of liquidity here. And this probably does exactly like this. Good. Yep. Gonna bring my stop in here. Now it's ready. Now it's ready. Trailing this though, not giving so much back. If this goes like it really should go here, this shouldn't pull back here. Like if this was just a liquidation here, like this should now just start ripping here. Now probably gonna get stopped out for a small win here. Still fine with the execution on it. Like this could go now. Also this, like, now it looks even better. Now it's looking juicy. Looking juicy for long, but I want to get in here in this low node of this bell curve here. Don't want to enter higher really, so got in at the low node of this bell curve here. So if you look at this bell curve, like I got in at the low node here. Like I need to see how it does at 15. 15 is the next low node. I don't really want to see it lose here. Leave this bell curve here. We do trade a lot of volume down here into the lows. And that was a fast, nice push higher. So let's see if we can get through the 15s here. Let's give it one more attempt here. And obviously moving this high again here. Getting out here for a small loss for 1 tick or so. I don't like how this picks up speed into the lows here. And it did mid-roll the point of control here a couple times now already, so yeah, for me I'm out here. Now we kind of bottom tick this here, this range. We'll see, like. Now I kind of bottom tick this range, so it's probably gonna top tick this range. So I did top tick this range. Now it's ready to break. So in which direction are we breaking? Now we do see, I'm entering this, like we do see all this buyer coming in. This looks like it wants to break out. Don't want to see it fall below 15 now though, or if I saw it fall below 15, I'm out again. We are below 15. We still have the strong buying here though. And we didn't like puke below it, so I'm still good with this trade. It has to break this low note though. It really has to show me that it wants to break point of control here at this point. Can it break point of control here? Yeah, it kinda can. Nice. Good one. I'm out here. Not at one time, like. Now it's the short squeeze coming, like, Jesus. The pull is still fine, I think. Because we did have this shoot here, so this could have just fell into me as well. Come back to point of control here, really. Don't really trust this as a breakout. I do think this was more of a short squeeze here. Because we didn't see, like, really... Let's see how it interacts here. It holds above point of control for now. Yeah, you're right, patient. Like, I need to be more patient here. It's holding above point of control here, and it did bottom ticket here as well. So, yeah. But I'm not trusting this. We do have yesterday's low at 4,410 as well, which probably a lot of people are looking at. And we also probably have, that's what I thought. Like this, I didn't trust this. Like this didn't look, so this puke higher here didn't look like a break. This looked like more like a liquidation. And now on the second leg higher, we did find more sellers in. Now this is though, like, this is kind of two-legged pullback here into the previous value area, so there might be a long setup somewhere here, so that you could play, but for me it's not worth it, because if you want to play this long here, you really have to risk low of day, or at least the 14s here. Now this bottom tick was interesting here, and you really will find like sellers in the point of control, and this is also like going down pretty aggressively. Now we do see the first big buyers come back in here. I do see a little bit more aggressive buying here, but it's just like the offers taking the buying, and sellers are still strong. We also have a lot of liquidity sitting here in the 10s, obviously, like yesterday's slow. At this point, it would just make sense for the market, and especially for the market makers, to take out yesterday's low and then grab this liquidity down here below 10. So I might look for a long setup like just below 10, really. Like maybe somewhere here, like, let's see. I don't want to short it here though, like. In general, I don't like shorting so much, and so I'm waiting patiently here for now. It's going also down very aggressively all the time, so that's what I mean with the intensity and aggressiveness of the pivot. So it's going up slow and then going up slow and ticking up slow and then look at this, like ticking up slow and ticking up slow and ticking up slow and okay, like If you see this happening, like this is no good sign for long. And now we kinda bottom tick this. So bottom tick this range. So maybe a pullback to point of control. Like top ticking this range would be like, would make sense before they take it lower. So it would make sense for price to come at least to point of control here. And then now a complete auction here, just below, one tick below point of control. Like we didn't even get the point of control here. Like this is looking still super bearish to me. Hi Ignace. Still looking bearish here. We really like that the last pivot here is 16 now. Like as long as we don't take out 16, like this is going lower. I do kind of think like we really wanna take out yesterday's low, like which is around 10. So and grab the liquidity down there. Like I really think liquidity here is thinning out a bit. If you look at my auction wizard, okay, so like the brighter the colors here, the more liquidity is there. So they are kind of pulling the orders here, like when we approach this price, okay. So yeah, I mean we have at the 12s one big order sitting, but that's probably not real. That's probably gonna get pulled. Once we get there, like I don't think all 300 lots are trading if we do get there. Like they're probably pulling 1 or 2 ticks below it. Now another complete here, like 14s, like this is breaking lower. Now the next level, so the pivot is 1425 here. Which are they're kind of, no, they are taking it. So they are not pulling the 12s here. Let's see. Like now they are even reloading above it. And they are buying as well. Now my DOM is lagging. I'm lagging. Sake. Jesus! Look at those legs, man. Ah! That's so tilting. Like, the internet here is so bad. Bro. I can't hop into a trade here. I can't. Like, as long as my connection isn't stable, like I can't. Let's see. This looked pretty interesting. Like, they did reload it. We did see some bigger buyers buy here as well. So, but I still think they want to stop run this. So that's like similar to my playbook liquidity grab setup. So right now I think like buyers are really interested here. Okay, like we have buyers who are really interested here. But I do think like the market makers want to take out the liquidity before returning. So this does look like it wants to reverse. Might just reverse here. But I still think we're gonna take out the liquidity first. Gonna put the order here, the 8050 here. Ready to pull it anytime. But I do think like they wanna take out the 12s here. Like just to explain the idea behind it. They wanna take out the 12s. Then we have yesterday's low at 1050, okay? At 1050, yesterday's low. So we probably have some stops below this as well. And kinda with the current volatility, I think this could bring us here to somewhere here like 80. Yeah, like 80.50 to 7.50 here. I think the liquidation spike here could bring us right into this area, which might be the low of day, and I'm willing to risk a full stop on it. If this just drifts lower though, like I'm pulling this, so I'm ready to pull this. But I do think like now I want to see this kind of spike. It's not really like, come on, feel me, please. Come on, come on, come on. Now we're at yesterday's, just one tick above yesterday's low, okay? So I still think they want to take out the liquidity below yesterday's low. Like some people are buying just above yesterday's low, one tick above yesterday's low right now. I do think they want to take out this liquidity. Let's see. Like, yes, now we do see the selling pickup here. Do I get my fill here? Hoping to get my fill. Might enter here. Might enter here. I would love to see this spike one time here. Now they're really absorbing here. Trying to get a fill here. Just a tens. Gonna move this here. No, this has to shoot. We do have this high impact news, so I'm moving my stop like just in profit here. And this just here. You can always like hope. I think this can go like this trade has so much potential here. I'm gonna be trailing it in though, like just below this here. I'm gonna keep on trailing this. This will probably stop me out at some point, but I'm gonna keep on trading. Yeah, no, I'm out, okay. But I'm okay with this. I'm okay with being out here. Could still go high, obviously, but yeah, waiting now for, let's see what Chip Powell does. I think trading this was the right call. Just below the previous pivots. So this could shoot, obviously, especially with Chip Powell talking. But we could also see them obviously just tank and grab all this liquidity a little bit even lower here. So I'm fine. My entry maybe wasn't the best. Like it was kinda due to I either should have entered when I like first said I'm thinking about entering, because I did see them absorbing, or I should have left my 850 here, which wouldn't have gotten filled like to a tick knot or 2 ticks. Or I basically should have waited and not taken the trade at all. But it is what it is, I guess. So. It's also kind of difficult here for me. Like now we had here. Now we kind of took out, I'd say, the liquidity from. It still looks like it wants to go lower here. To be honest, this just looked like it wants to go lower. Like seeing 200 lots print here. This just looked like it wants to straight up tank. I don't know what J. Paul is saying, but it it's probably not good. It's probably not good. Our money printer. J. Paul, our money printer, man. Now we do see it like kinda respect the 05s, but this was a pretty big move, so that's nowhere like to say this. This could also just be profit taking from some people, or him just saying something positive, to be honest. So I don't consider this as a bottom yet. Oh, this maybe now. This was a complete auction here, 1 tick lower. Now we do see volume into it, so again, not interested. Pushing lower here. Now I'm starting to get interested here in a long, to be honest. Don't know where to enter though. Ah, shit. No, I missed it. Now we do have a low node here, which is kind of holding for now. Now we broke it, so the next low nodes are here. Big sellers, but they pretty much got absorbed. So yeah, and the offer's just pulling away here. Trying to get a long fill here. Movement, take profit a bit. Obviously not holding it to target, but I do think this can squeeze. There's potential to squeeze here. Selling it on the rip. Happy with that. Happy with that trade. Now that's proper execution finally. Like I'm so happy. I'm like so happy for today. Like you guys like can't even imagine. Like I'm actually like super happy now. Like after like when I messed up so bad, like Yeah, probably still asleep here. Like, I'm so happy with just executing correctly again. Like, I was feeling so down like the last couple of days, to be honest, because don't know, I was already starting to have thoughts in my head like, maybe I should like switch to bonds again. Maybe I should like look at. I was losing faith in my edge. I was like, don't know, like, yeah, you probably know this if you're a trader yourself. Like, yeah, if you're just not executing correctly, and then you start to like think, like, maybe you should switch up something in your strategy. Maybe that's not working. Maybe this or that, or don't know. Maybe I should switch to a, don't know. Like, was really like losing confidence and everything, and also like in myself because I was just not executing properly the last couple of weeks or so, week and a half. I was really executing poorly, so I kind of lost complete, like, I pretty much lost all my trading confidence, which then even led to a worse performance. But now I'm starting to be happy here. Just executing correctly is just the most important thing in my opinion. So we did get one tick higher here. Interesting. Don't trust this is a low now though. Like, in my opinion, okay, here he goes. So now he's speaking. Nice. So in my opinion, like, I don't want to log here. Because there's like too many people, in my opinion, think like too many retail like people would think that this is a low here with the double top bottom. So there's probably a lot of stops sitting below 4 here. So market maker, in my opinion, like, wanna take out this low first. Let's see. So if it see a liquidation spike lower here, like, I might enter. But I'm now something like this is interesting for me to enter. Yeah, and the bid is strong here. Filling it up. Now I'm willing to take this long here. No, come on. Come on. No fill here. Come on. Man. Man, that's tilting. That's so tilting. This is probably the bottom now. Looks like it is for sure. Where could I re-enter here? Thank you, like, West Coast Wales. Yeah, actually good idea. Like, could go sim now. Yeah. Yeah, might just do that. Oh, Jesus, look at this. This is tilting. Yeah, now, like, let me break this down for you a bit. Like, I'm obviously, like, I'm going to sim now because, like, this is tilting. This is kind of the low of day here, probably. Like, yeah, like, this is now really ripping here. Let me explain it for you guys a little bit in case you knew, but probably the most of you. We only have 6 people here, and I don't think like many of you guys are new. Like, but so what we did have here was we had this low here, okay, which really looked like, and then we had this huge rally higher here, and it kind of looked like, okay, maybe this is a low, okay, like, probably a lot of people like tried to get in here, okay, FOMO into here once we went higher. Where did they have their stops? Yeah, probably just below this low, okay? Probably around here their stops, okay? Just if you think about it, what would a retail trader do? Like they would put the stop just below this pivot, okay? So somewhere here. If you got in here, somewhere, anywhere here, like on this up move. Then we did go lower here, okay? We did go lower. We rejected off of it here, even higher, okay? So one tick higher. So we did get one tick higher. Good move up, okay? So at this point, what is the retail guy thinking here? Oh, double bottom. Even one tick higher. Double bottom with one tick higher. Yay, I'm so right on this trade. He might even add to his long. Bam, bam, bam. Okay, like other people jumping into this long. Like this is not going up. Okay, other people jumping into this long. Okay, like everybody's jumping in now. All their stops below here. Okay, so what does the market maker wanna do? The market maker also know. Okay, like the really big boys with the big money. Okay, so they also kind of know now at this point. Okay. This is probably the low, okay? But hey, we can't just start buying now because we still need to fill our 4,000 lots, okay, for example, which they have, okay? So, and in order, and retail, like, won't sell into them, okay, here. So then if they start buying now, they're just gonna rush this price higher. So they somehow need retail to sell to them, okay? Where does retail sell to them? Yeah, just below this pivot, okay, just below this low, just below this low. Why? Because retail is long here, so they have a buy order and they have a sell stop order sitting just below here, okay? So if the market makers manage to break this low, okay, they can fill up a lot of buy limit orders here with the stop losses from retail who are sitting down here, okay? On top of that, they will get a lot of retail traders actually now thinking, okay, we just broke lower again, okay? Like we get another leg. Like now you have all this breakout traders for another leg down joining them, okay? And now like they can really fill up a big position here, okay? And then they can take it higher. So this was really a good setup for a big move. Like that's kind of the move I've been trying to get here, okay? I thought around here around the 10s already, like that this might be it. Then here, okay, I thought that this might be it, but I got out on the on a spike, so it's fine. And now okay, it was really it basically. now it really happened, okay. Now like this is like confirmation. Now this is probably just going at least to point of control now, where the big guys, okay, will be starting to scale out. Because big guys like point of control is like where like big boys with big positions like is usually the first point where big money likes to take some profits and scale out, okay? So I think this probably gonna go to the 1625s here. Then they probably gonna take some profit around here. So that's basically my thought process behind this. This was a perfect setup for a liquidity grab, okay, and then a move higher. Like now you see them just stepping in here. They want to push this to 16s here now here. So now we're at the 16s here. Now I do think they might be taking some profits here. But who knows? Like could also just like this could very well be the low of that. They're still buying here aggressively. This might as well be low of day here. Very clean setup. super sad that I missed it. Like, I tried to get it. I didn't get my fill. But I'm also kind of proud of myself, to be honest. That I haven't FOMO'd it, okay. Like, obviously, right now it would have worked if I wanted to FOMO it. But more often than not, FOMOing trades doesn't work, okay. And now, interesting. So, we did like, they took profit here at point of control, probably. So if we look at this bell curve, at this low of this bigger bell curve here in the 18s, okay. So, yeah. The way we fell through here, in my opinion, now like big buyers here who entered here, like, probably took profit here on this spike, okay. They scaled out, okay, most of their position here. Okay. And yeah, they might add somewhere down again in the 10s or so, but if they really want to take it higher, but this could also just be it, okay. Like, that's why if these setups work, okay, and I do have a full playbook setup on this, okay, like, if you go to my videos, I have playbook setup like liquidity grab and reverse, and this was basically a picture perfect liquidity grab and reverse setup. Basically picture perfect. Like, it doesn't get any cleaner than this. I wanted to take it. I didn't get my fill, unfortunately, on my limit order. But I'm proud again that I didn't FOMO it. Yeah. Yeah, nice. Like, I'm happy with today. Happy. Like, if you know me, like, if you just tuned in here, like, hi guys to the new people just tuning in. I'm gonna keep on streaming. But not sure if I'm walking away for the day. I'm on this account. Okay, might be trading sim still, but I wanna finish this trade good in the green on a positive note. Did got chopped up a little bit early on into the session, but had then some very good trades. Was very patient. Thanks again, Rob, West Coast Wales, just for, like, now telling me to stop, and for also, like, telling me to be more patient. Yeah, honestly, like, happy, kind of happy here. If, like, any one of you joining here has any questions, like, just ask, okay, just go ahead and ask. I'll answer happily, okay. Or let me know what kind of content you prefer. I love to see, okay. Like, today I did record a new trade breakdown video. In case you're interested, okay. Hello to the two new guys just tuned in. Hello. So, what are we looking at here? Like, let me know if you have any questions whatsoever. I'll happily answer all of them. Now he did see a bottom tick here. About an undershoot to an overshoot. But this still looks not healthy. we're finding somewhat of a bid here. Yeah, so for me a bottom tick, like how I see a bottom tick. Fedcast also like talks a lot about bottom ticks. I think he kinda has them a little bit different than I do. Like but it was at the time when I was watching his video and started like trading. It was I thought it was, and like so I implemented it for my trading and then just named it just as he did. So a bottom tick for me is if I have a range here, okay. So if you look at this range, for example, here, okay, on the auction vista, on the left, okay. That's why I think the auction vista, at least for me, is so important, okay. So we kind of have highs here, okay, like high, we kind of like ranging in between here, okay. And then we have it like one tick lower here, okay. Like here you can see it to the tick. This also like, that's why I love auction vista so much, because if I go here with my mouse, you see on my DOM the number light up, okay, where the price is exactly. So right now you see the 1225 slide up on the DOM, okay. And so basically first the 1225s were the bottoms here, okay. And this was the top of this small range here, okay. Pivoted a couple times. So if it pivoted a couple times, especially if it pivots on completes. So I don't know if you watched the auction market theory video about completes. So this, I wasn't paying that close of attention here. So this, for example, was a clean, pretty much top tick here, okay. Like this was a complete here, okay. The 15 by 0, like this was a complete, poof, and then just it fell back in, okay. It wasn't like, technically it wasn't perfect of a top tick, because you do have, if you look on the left, okay, like you have here, 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 here. So it would have been better, like if this would have been one tick higher here, okay, and then fall in, like this would really be a top tick for me, okay. Like let's see what happens now. I would love to see this come one tick higher here, okay, like maybe to here or here, 1 or 2 tick higher, and then fall in, okay. Like then it's a top tick for me. And what I was saying here, like when we have these ranges here, and then we see it like come out of the range just by 1 or 2 ticks, okay, and have a complete auction and come back into the range, okay, very fast, so like bam, okay. Then usually what happens, especially if it trades through the middle of the range, okay, this is a very small range, but it applies to all ranges basically in all time frames. So we did see it trade through the middle of the range, okay, or into the middle of the range. Then usually what happens is price tests the other extreme and kind of top ticks the other extreme, okay. So like now that's why we got here to the other extreme of the range, and we kind of top ticked the other extreme of the range, okay. Like we got the higher tick here, and then we went down again, okay, like in just below this range. Like also we built some volume, that's why we like get an undershoot here, kind of held here, another bottom. Now we had this micro range here, another bottom tick, boom. I didn't see if this was a complete or not. And then we shot out to the other side, okay, like now, like if you look at this range, for example, so you have this range, this is like a range within a range, so you kind of have this range, and you have this range, let's say. Now this range is breaking to the lows. So when you see like on the it's hard just looking at the auction vista, not the DOM right now, so I'm like just looking. So now this is kind of, this could be a breakdown, because we just hovered around the low for so long, okay. Usually when you hover around the low and grind the low so long, okay, like I think Fedcat also talked about it in his question and answer video, okay. Like yeah, the more you test the range, okay, the more likely it is to break, okay. So here we tested it. Then we got out of, then we had technically, when this is all happening within seconds, okay. Oh Jesus, Okay, this was probably too powerful. Okay. Then we had it test this previous range again with a top tick. Boom. Immediately sold off. Okay. Take it in. Okay, then shit itself. Come back into this range. Okay. Basically. And here then we kinda, yeah. And now this was like, maybe this would have been possible to see here. Because here, like now, we probably have a lot of breakout traders who trying this low, okay? Very short term, obviously. And they probably have a lot of them, okay, have their stops. You have here a couple pump, okay? And so just one tick above. If it wants to move higher, here, okay? Like this should go at least for a couple ticks, okay? But if it just goes one tick higher than this previous pivot, okay? And then shits itself with a complete, yeah, then like, you see, like here we just got one tick higher, okay? Couldn't get through, then it shit itself, and then like, okay, obviously, now this is all hindsight, but let's see if we can spot it somewhere here, okay? Like, let's see. So that's why I'm kind of looking at both, and that's also why I kind of changed my screen setup now a bit. Oh, my camera is in the way, I just noticed. That's why I kind of changed my screen setup a bit. I'm gonna move my camera, sorry guys. Can't properly see the auction vista here. That's why I kind of changed my screen setup here as well. So like for example now, okay, we did tick 3 ticks higher, okay, and then it kind of shit itself. Check it's not looking good here. Now here, okay, like basically top and bottom ticks. So summarized now, I hope you kind of get the idea. But basically summarized, it's like if we have a range and then we break out of this range and just immediately, okay, get back in. So basically just grabbing the stops and the liquidity, because the same thing that applies to here, which I talked about earlier, okay, like the same thing that I mentioned here, why I like this long setup so much, okay, applies to smaller time frames as well, okay. So everything is the same on all time frames. And it's just the real good stuff you get when like the smallest of time frames play right into the bigger time frames, okay. That's when you get these huge moves. So here you did see it, like I probably have to go back in the stream. I don't know exactly, okay, on this entry right now. But here, like probably you've seen it range here as well a bit, okay. And then it like kind of bottom ticked the range, okay. I just didn't get any follow through, and then it just rallied to the other direction. I hope this kind of explains it or summarizes it. If we look at here the 30-second, okay. If we look at this range here, okay. Just make this a little bit bigger. So here we got one tick lower and then higher. Like one tick lower than higher, out of the same ticks. Actually, like this is the same. So like here it isn't the best example. So like right here, I probably wouldn't have taken this long here. Like sometimes obviously you miss it with that as well. So here there seems to be really a big buyer sitting at 10.75 here, okay. So there is a big buyer at 10.75 here. So they just couldn't get through him. And now this is probably going higher. Because if you see something like, I haven't watched like it, I haven't paid enough attention yet, but it seems like there is a strong buyer at 10.75, okay, here. And it just, like, the seller probably just couldn't get through him, and now he started buying aggressively. Like, I don't know, like, I've just explained this now to you, so I haven't looked at stuff. But honestly, again, like, same thing. Even though this looks great, okay, and this is probably a great setup, if we would have bottom ticked it here, okay, like if we had it here to, let's say, if we had on the last breakdown here, this come to maybe here, okay, like 10 to the 10s or 10.25s here, okay, and then find buyers, boom, and shoot back in, like this setup would have been so much better, okay. So this setup from like bottom, okay, like is maybe, if you rate it 1 to 10, this is like a 5 or so, okay, for a long. If you see this break this low and then find that limit buyers, find strong market buyers, big size, okay, I'm talking about big size buyers, then it's all of a sudden a 9 out of 10, okay, like if you're talking, I don't know, like probabilities or stuff. And honestly, like, I wouldn't be surprised now at this point, the future, but I don't think that this 10.75 will hold. So we do have this range here, okay, and we're kind of struggling here to break out above point of control. Also, point of control just shifted lower, which is always like bearish if point of control shifts lower. So I would expect this now. This broke the top of the range. This pretty much top ticked the range, okay, here. So I do expect this to break out either to the low side now here or come down. Now let's see. See, it's coming. Because, yeah, now we're picking up speed here. Because look at this range, okay. We top ticked this once. We got one tick higher a second time, okay. Couldn't sustain it. We fall back in. Now we did trade through the middle of the range, okay, like we're trading through the middle of the range. So at this point, like pullbacks to here should be met by sellers, and they should take out the low on the other side. Obviously, I don't know what happens in the future. Like this could just be a good healthy pullback and we just go higher. But based on my auction market theory strategy, I would have shorted here. And I probably would have been wrong. With a stop above here, okay. Like, but I'm just doing this on micro ranges basically. So you enter when you see buyers at the bottom tick. Yeah, exactly. Like I enter when I see the bottom tick. And at the bottom tick, I see, so I want to see buyers prior to it, okay? Like I want to see buyers really being interested. Now here we top tick this again, okay? But this could also be a breaker, but this, like now, this is even better EV. There's a short. So now it's even like, in my opinion, this is a very high EV short now if you take this short now. Because we did trade through the middle, now we top ticked it again. This is a very good short setup right now. We've obviously a stop above this here, but this is a very good short setup here. Actually, I'm switching to sim here. So I can take this. So taking the short here, okay. This is a very high EV setup now. I'm showing you now how I'm playing this, okay. Like the stop would be above here, okay. This is sim now anyways. And I'm looking pretty much for a break, okay, of the previous low. Now sellers should come in here. If I'm just purely looking at price action now, okay. not really paying attention to the order flow right now and stuff like this. But basically that's what you want to look at here. You could maybe even theoretically, like at this point with this here and then this top tick here. So this, if this breaks to the downside, probably breaks for real, okay? So you can even like put the target here a little bit further. So to answer your question, so you enter when it comes back. Yeah, exactly. Like sorry, like it drifted off again. So I do wanna see them earlier interested, okay? So I already wanna see, in this case, for example, buyers being really interested here, okay? This is not just going at this point. So you really wanna see buyers being very, very interested in this low here, okay? They should be super interested here. But, so you could take it here as well. So you don't want to see it go to the low and see no interest of buyers, okay? Like, once it goes to the low, you should see buyers being very interested already. But, I don't like to enter yet, okay? When I'm like really executing good, like very often I do enter because like I'm dumb, okay? I'm not patient enough. But again, like seeing at the low of a bell curve at the bottom of a range, now this kind of bottom tick, now EV has changed on it, okay? So now this is all of a sudden like getting kind of dangerous here. At least on the smaller time frame, because we did have this pullback here, and this went just 1 or 2 ticks below this pullback here, okay? And it immediately found buyers. So at this point, I would consider getting out here if I don't see now sellers like really commit, okay? Now I really need to see to see here sellers come in, okay? Because we bottom ticked this here, okay? We bottom ticked this. So if you see this here, the 12.25s, got bottom ticked here with a 12, okay? And then we found strong buyers. So this now changes everything, okay? This is why, in my opinion, like just putting on a trade and with a fixed take profit and stop loss is no profitable strategy, okay? Like this is probably gonna stop me up. This is just sim anyway here, to show you, but so I don't care, but yeah. So just to yeah. So you know what I mean, you know. Exactly, yeah. So I liked the EV on the initial trade because we had this range here, okay? We had this range here. It top ticked this range here, tried to get out, okay? Tried to get out, couldn't, okay? Then it traded through the middle. So entering here on a pullback is for me a high EV trade, because at this point I think it should blow out to the other side, okay? So it should, in my opinion, like more often than not, go to the other side and test the other extreme, okay? Like if it can't break to one side and if it mean reverts again past the middle of the curve, now we just, that sucks. Now we just kind of top tick this range again here. So it's still like probably still a good shot here. But yeah. So this is basically like it mean reverted through the middle, okay. Unfortunately, I wasn't paying attention to the DOM because you also want to see like if it goes to the middle, okay, does it just if it goes to the middle, does it just no volume and pivot the middle, okay? Like I wasn't looking at this DOM, I was just looking here. So if it just goes to the middle, pivot hard off the middle, okay, then it's not so good, okay? Because then this is kinda could be a pullback, okay? If on the other hand, like you see it go to the middle and trade volume into the middle, okay, like if there's a lot of transactions, if there's volume into the middle, okay, if the bell curve is accepting and still thinking this is the fairest price here, okay, even after we tested higher, because you always have to think in what is fair price, okay, like, and what it really doesn't matter what you think what fair price is. It only matters what like all the traders think that fair price is, okay. So, and if like this is the range, okay, and this is considered the range, and then fair price, and this is around the middle of the range, okay, usually, and if price wants to break out here and has volume here, it's kind of difficult without the DOM here. I didn't see, I traded here. If it has a lot of volume here, also things change, okay. But if it has not a lot of volume here, for example, and it falls back down, okay, and trades a lot of volume back here, then in this range in the middle, like this is still the fairest price, okay. And now at this point, because this is still the fairest price, okay, at this point you have a lot of buyers stuck here, okay, all those buyers who bought the breakout here, okay, who bought at the highs here, who wanted to get this breakout, okay, then you gotta think, okay, where are their stops, okay, where are the stops of the buyers who bought this breakout here, okay. There are some smart people and smart traders, okay, who, if it doesn't work, just cut it right away, okay, which you should do if you take the breakout. But most of the people, okay, and especially the dumb retail money, which the market is trying to get, okay, they probably will have the stops just below this here, okay. Now we kind of saw this happening, like you see, now you see it play out again, okay. They have their stops just below this, okay. So where does the market want to go? It wants to go to the liquidity, okay, to the dumb retail stops, okay. So all these breakouts traders, where do they have the stops? Yeah, just below 10, okay, just below 10.75s, probably around 10.50, okay, or 10.25, so maybe 10, okay. So it wants to go there because then it can take out all the stops and all this liquidity, okay. And then you have to see what happens, okay. Like if it's just like straight up blast through, then obviously it's not a good long here, or you kind of should you kind of should take profit probably. But if you see like the sellers blasting this through here, then this is probably breaking out completely, okay. And it still kind of worked here, okay, so like this here made it the trade like even more heavy, okay. Like obviously we got stopped out here because our stop loss was just one tick above it, so we just got stopped out exactly at the high. But you could have re-entered here because we traded just one tick higher, so another top tick, okay. Then we straight up, bam, fell into the range again, okay. And then pullbacks should be met by sellers, which now they were, okay, and now we blow to the other side of this range. So that's basically, yeah. That's basically my thought process behind trading. Does it make sense to you? Like, let me know. Also, so you pretty much like, I'm not like really thinking when I'm trading, like I'm always kind of thinking where does the dump money have their stops, okay? Because that's probably where the big boys, okay, wanna take the market. It's a pleasure. So in my opinion, like the big boys need liquidity, okay? Like the big boys just need to fill orders. Like basically, yeah. There are some seller big boys and there are some buyers big boys, okay? And they just really need to fill orders all day because they are managing a hedge fund, they're managing an institution, whatever, okay? So they just need to get their orders filled for good prices. So they are constantly looking to find liquidity. And they are usually like, who's losing after all, like in the money, in the market in general, it's like your average technical analysis retail trader, like is like pretty much always losing. Okay, passt, danke. Ja, passt, ist schon klar. Basically your average retail trader is like always losing money, so that's like my thought process behind trading, because I know, okay, institutions and hedge funds always need to fill big orders. They have to, like a hedge fund or institution, someone calls them, says, hey, I want you to buy, don't know, like 5,000 contracts a day. Another guy gets called, hey, I need you to sell me 20,000 contracts a day, okay? And he just tries to sell it at a good price, really. Like this is what they are doing all day, okay? They're trying to sell at good prices, because if they sell like at a better price than just the average price that they get money, okay? So they just are all day looking and on the hunt for liquidity, really. And this is where I think there's so much edge in this liquidity plays and in this top and bottom ticks. And yeah, so basically my trading style is kinda a mix of really much the thought process, like where's liquidity sitting, where is retail having the stops, in combination with the basic order flow stuff that FatCat teaches, with the top ticks, bottom ticks, ranges, okay, pivots, auction market theory on scalping and stuff like this, okay. So I mean, now for example, okay, like they probably wanna take out the low again. Let's see what's gonna happen. But now probably a lot of buyers, okay, bought here, blah blah blah, okay, and they probably we're all hoping this is low of day and stuff like this, okay. But yeah, so there are probably a sheer ton of stops below 4, okay, like just below 4. Let's see what happens here. Just below 4, price stalls, we don't see follow through, okay, we do see big buyers starting to buy here. I'm just on CM anyways, so I'm joining their long, okay. Could be wrong, of course, like obviously I could always be wrong here, but now where do we want to take it? Like we do have low nodes here, like let's see how our price does at these low nodes here. I'm gonna move this, obviously, like this could go. Like we do have low nodes here, like are they breaking them? Now we wanna watch, okay, what's happening at these low nodes? we still see big buyers come in here, okay? Like big buyers are coming in. We broke through this low node. Like still see strong buying. Now we're at the 7s. Now there's another low node at 770.50 here. We want to watch price closely here. It kinda rejected off of it. But we still see like strong buying. Now it ticked it twice here. If this picks up speed now, like I kinda need to get out here. At least for my trading style in the deal. Let's see, I'm giving it one more shot here. Now I kinda top ticked this as well, see this? Now it kinda top ticked it here. So at this point, now they absorbed it though, very well in a bit, but at this point I would get out, okay? So at this point I would get out of this trade. Yeah. Could still go higher. Like that's why, that's really what I'm trying to learn, okay? Like for me and my trading style. Basically are like bigger picture moves, okay? Like holding them for bigger plays, okay? But yeah. So I did get out here because obviously like we had this top tick here and I gave it another chance, but we just puked ourselves again. So yeah, that's why I said, okay, I'm out, no longer interested, okay. Then we had another top tick here, okay, another hard top tick. So at this point, it was kind of clear that we should at least blow out this range to the bottom, okay. So we kind of tried here, so I still think this is gonna blow out to the bottom here. Let's see if it does, like I have no idea, but I do think like this should at least bottom tick it, okay. Like I don't know if it like reverses, but it should at least bottom tick it. Now I kinda, but that's not a bottom tick, that's just liquidity building there. So that's like telling me this wants to go lower here. So now like this is good. Like now we're right into this range, okay. Now you wanna buy. Yeah, now you wanna start buying. This happened very fast here. So I kinda missed it. No problem. But yeah. That's what I personally need to get good at, okay? So I need to learn to hold these trades. So if I see like something like this on a bigger time frame, because this is a low of day bottom tick, okay? So this is a low of day bottom tick. So a bottom take of a small range, okay, obviously is only good for a breakout to the other extreme, okay? So this bottom tick here is only good to like a break of this range to the downside, okay? So around here, just where we went to really, okay? But if you see a bottom tick, okay, on the day, for example, like here, this was pretty much a bottom tick on the day, okay? Then this is usually good for a big move, okay? Like now, we're probably at least coming to 1075s here, which is the low node. But probably to point of control again. Like we just rinse and repeat like earlier, okay? This is probably going to point of control here, in my opinion. And then you will probably see, once again, buyers trying to scale out some of their position here, just on a puke of point of control here. So probably it doesn't just come right to point of control. It probably pukes through it. You see some buyers selling out of it. Now that's interesting here, okay, like that changes everything once again. Like the 1075 here, what I talked about, this low note, got pretty much shot through it, okay, but we built some volume, but then we didn't hold it, okay, and we just shit ourselves here. So at this point, I think like pullbacks to 1050, like let's put a sell order here, pullbacks to 1050 should be met by sellers. So actually I want to get in here. Yeah, it's just in many ways, but so at this point I think pullbacks to here should be met by sellers, okay. Now we still see some aggressive buying, so maybe not, but that's how I would kind of manage it now, okay. Now we do see buyers, strong buyers here. If we like break the 1150 here, okay, and not top ticket, but break it or trade volume in it, then you need to get out here in this trade. But for now, it still looks good. So at this point, it has to go. Okay, it built some. It tested it a couple times here. At this point, this needs to shoot. Yep, now it's shooting. Now let's see, we have this low here, okay. We see it trade volume into it a couple times. So this should break. It is breaking. Jesus. Now this was a complete here. So at this point, I would want to pull one contract here and move the second to one tick to break even. Now I'm out, okay. Because here we had a complete, okay. It was also, if you look at this range here to the left, okay. So this was also on top of it. This was a bottom tick of this range, okay. It was a complete, like, okay. Like you did see a clear complete here, okay. If you rewind the stream for a couple seconds, you see this was a clean complete here, like, bam, okay. Like it pivoted hard of it, okay. And it pivoted just one tick lower than this pivot here, okay. So this again changed everything, okay. And then it held above it, okay, like bam bam, and it held above it. So at this point, this no longer looks like it wants to go lower. Now you have to rethink and reevaluate the situation and look where it's trading. Now it traded to the middle, kinda, okay, through the middle. Like then when you trade through the middle, if you come to the bottom, like pullback should be met by sellers. And since you had a bottom tick here, this should probably top tick at least, or get to the top of the range again. The top of the range is here. So this should at least go to 1275s here, okay? Like, let's see. Now we're at 1275s. So we're kind of top ticking 1275s here, or 13s. We're still trading volume here. So, and this was not a clean complete. So this is not a top tick, okay? Like we traded volume here. So this is more of a breakout than a top tick. Because we got there, traded volume, and then slowly got lower, okay? And then found aggressive buyers again. So then it's not a top tick. Because if you trade volume into the high, pull back, have volume here, dry out, and then find strong buyers, then it's not a top tick. This was not a top tick now on the other hand, okay? It was not really a top tick because it wasn't one tick higher, it was just to the tick, but we had a complete here. So we had it just bam bam, okay? So now this is like itchy, like not every top tick is perfect. Like this was not good. This wouldn't, like I wouldn't consider this a top tick. Like it's, but with the bigger picture, now it kind of would make sense here. But then you have to rethink the bigger picture and you have the point of control at 15 here, okay? So usually this point of control gets tested or overshot, okay? Slightly. So what would be a good setup here is an overshoot of point of control like maybe 16s here, okay? I put a limit sell order into the 16s here. Because what would I consider good? Like, I'm seeing weakness here, okay? Like, ahead of this setup, I'm seeing weakness, okay? I'm seeing weakness below the point of control. This is showing me it's weak, okay? Could it reverse from here? Sure it could. Could it just blast through? Yes, it could. But I do see weakness at the point of control here, okay? This is looking weak. Okay, we're moving down fast, okay? Like, there's no more interesting thing. But I still think this gets overshot here with a top tick. Now, this was probably the top tick, just one tick. So now I would try to get in here. This I would chase this here at this point. It just didn't fill me here. That sucks, okay, like, didn't fill me by a tick here. Yeah, now it rolls over. Okay, you see what I mean, okay? Like, it's always with context, okay? Like, you had this point, this already looked super weak here, okay? Like, this started to look weak, okay? You don't wanna just take it off of every top tick, but this started to look weak here, okay? Like, you did see it fall in, okay? You saw a couple top ticks, okay? But you still had this point of control above, okay? And you still had no clean top tick, okay? So at this point, I'm thinking, okay, this should probably top tick here and take us this point of control before it reverses, okay? So that's why I put my limit sell order here in the 16s, okay? But it was just one tick, basically one tick shy. And it wasn't like correct, like in really to put it there, because like you had a low note here. So it would have been better to put it at 1575, which would have filled us to the tick, okay? Anyways. That's a setup, okay? Like that like is a really high EV setup, in my opinion. Trading here up, okay? Seeing weakness, okay? Like this looking weak. But for this, in order to spot that this is looking weak, you gotta need some DOM, some experience in tapering and just on the DOM. Because this like just really started to look weak here, okay? And then you don't wanna enter right away when it's weak, so you wanna enter on a top tick. It would have been okay also to enter like once it's weak, okay? Like that's what I'm saying. Like here's also a okay entry, I guess, okay? Like you can enter just below this, okay? That's just, you're gonna get more trades if you don't wait the top tick, okay? But if you do wait for the top tick, first off, you have a clean place to put a stop, okay? If you wait for the top tick, then you know, okay, it shouldn't come above this top tick again, okay? So you have a clean place for a stop. Were I wrong? And also your EV just like is a lot better because you had a lot of buyers trying to buy this break now who are stuck, okay? Like if you're just long here, like you have just these buyers within the range, okay? You have just those buyers who are in the range. So not as many buyers stuck, okay? If you wait for a top tick, you have all these breakout buyers stuck as well, okay? So it has a lot of more EV in it. Just my opinion, okay? Thanks you, by the way, the from Discord, like I just like right now checked Discord for the first time. Yeah, I might just could do like more of these sessions as well, like if you guys like it. I'm trying to do it in my trade breakdown videos, but the problem in the trade breakdown videos, it's always a little bit hindsight, you know, like because I don't quite remember them, okay, but I kind of remember the trades and I kind of remember the price action. And if I'm doing it live, it's actually nice I can't do this and trade at the same time, like that's just yeah, doing this and trading at the same time, like yeah, doesn't work for me. So let's see where we could go here. Like, and that's pretty much my, what you want to call it, edge, okay? Like, my edge is, that's why it's so hard. Like, if people ask me what's my edge is, okay? Like, my edge is like really hard to define. It's like basically just understanding the order flow and where there might be stops and where there might be people stuck and playing ranges and stuff like this. But this also makes it very, very difficult. This makes it very difficult because in order to yeah, I need to execute it right, and also obviously then I'm always yeah, if I'm not in the right mindset, then I don't have edge, you know. Let's see if we can find another trade here. Just for the people who joined here right now, because I did see like 2 or 3 people just joined in right now. Basically, I'm just explaining my trading style right now. I'm just on a sim account now. I'm already done for the day. I had a good session today. I'm happy with it. So right now at this point, I'm basically just yeah. I'm just trying to understand, to explain my edge and my trading style really here. So now what I'm on sim here, like maybe just entering for the fun of it, and to demonstrate it a little bit better, but I'm focusing on explaining, so I don't yeah, I'm gonna do more of them, sure, like no problem. Was that a setup in order to pass for likely for a low volume node and pullback? Was that a setup when you see price fall quickly through a low volume node? Yeah, kinda. Yeah, because you so to the question from earlier, because you kinda wanna see it once it breaks a low volume node to each side, okay, like once it breaks a volume node to the upside and enters another bell curve, you kinda wanna see it at least respect it a bit if this wants to go higher. If it shoots through a volume zone, and then this should become a new, at least small resistance, okay? But it shouldn't really like just shit yourself through it, okay? Like it really shouldn't if it wants to go higher. Now here we're interesting again, okay? So that's kind of a tricky one because if you look at this, okay, like if you look at this pivot, so this is the first pivot, so the first pivot low of the move higher, okay, and this pivot low got taken out by a tick, okay, on a bigger time frame. So you kind of have somewhat of a bottom tick here, okay, but if you look at the auction vista, it's no clean bottom tick, okay, like it was, I mean, it did like, I just wasn't looking at it, so it pivot really hard here, and then just trend. I do think this has to go one more time here, and if it does go one more time, it's probably going to low of day. So this could just be a rinse and repeat of the same setup from earlier, okay, at this point. So this could just once again take out 350, and this was aggressive here. This was a very aggressive pivot here. Oh yeah, now oof. I don't know if we have news or this was just purely order flow, but this pivot here was very aggressive, okay? Like this pivot of the low was extremely aggressive here. Bam, okay. And then you saw on the pullback of it, like immediately buyers come in. But I think like now, like maybe someone is talking, because this is a lot of volume now. Like, I do think maybe now, like, Paul is saying something or anything. I am not sure, but it's kind of holding here. And now you see volume dry out, okay? You have a low node here. You see volume dry out, so this looks like a pullback to me. Like, you could enter this long here. This is a good long entry here, because volume is drying out into the low, okay, of this bell curve to this low node. Here is probably a good place to enter. Now you see volume pick up a bit, so now, yeah, it's, yeah, now it's breaking. Now you don't really want to see it trade below 725s again here. So in order to see if this is a pullback, in my opinion, or if it's really, if it's just breaking, okay, like, you just want to pay attention to how much contracts are trading. Like, here, trading into this low. In the end, like, the volume was picking up a little bit, okay, so in the end I was like, that's why I said, yeah, okay. But at first it looked really good, okay. Like, volume very drying out here, so. Now we do have this range here. Now this, I can't pause this, unfortunately. Now this, for example, is no fall in, okay. Like, this is no top tick to a fall into the middle. Why? Because we pivot hard off the middle, okay. Like, you always want to think how, that's what I was talking about earlier, okay, when I was just looking at the price action chart. Now things are changing. Now we are like trading volume into the middle of this range, okay. Now this is looking like it wants to go down. Earlier it was okay, like, we did trade the middle. So you could, because we traded the middle, like, you could have gotten out here on the pullback. But you could have also made a point for staying in this trade, because it just pivoted off the middle really hard, okay. Which is kind of a sign of strength, okay. But at this point, like at this point here, when we traded volume into the middle, like, you kind of needed to get out. Here, now we are kind of into the lows here, okay. Like, we held the lows here, one tick lower, okay. We have found some absorption here. So we found absorption one tick below these previous ticks here. So possible long entry, but because also we did trade through the middle again, so but I wouldn't take it personally, this setup, because it just grinded the low, okay. And if something grinds the low for so long, I kind of want to see it flush. So this would not be a long setup I would be taking if I'm executing correctly again. Like, very often I'm just like not following my strategy and doing whatever, pretty much. And we're having this bell curve here. So this is pretty much this range, okay. I would love to see like, here are probably a lot of people stuck, so I would love to see this bottom tick. We do see strength here, okay. So we do see a lot of strength here. But let's play this, okay. Let's play this like we would here. Let's do it, okay. So it seemed anyways, so no problem. So at this point, I want to see this low here, okay. Like, I'm seeing strength here, okay. But I'm wanting to see a bottom tick, and I want to enter on the bottom tick. This was not a bottom tick, but I didn't get my fill. So now you could enter long here. You could at this point now even chase it, in my opinion. Jesus. Now we shit ourselves here. Now that's what I mean. Like I'm like, Jesus. When I'm not actually trading, like I'm so much worse. Like we're grinding this low here. Need to get out. So we're grinding this low here. So I did get out here. So this was the place where I initially wanted to long. We did see a hard bottom tick off of it. So you could long here. But it's very volatile, like I don't know. And the market's kind of thin as well here. But in my opinion, you should see this like shoot out to the top at least once, like now. So this was a hard bottom tick here. We did roll the middle. So I want to get long here, okay? And I want to play this. Basically, if I want to save take profit, I can actually leave it here. So we do have the low notes here, the 8 to 5. Like now it depends on you how you want to play it really. Like you could pull it off here because theoretically we already top ticked this range. Yeah. Trying to get out here for a tick. Basically, like I should have gotten out here. Okay, just one tick. That's like, yeah. This play was this. That's why it's kind of difficult. So I think you did understand why I was taking this, and I was taking it for a break of this range. So technically, my stop should have been, my take profit should have been around here, 70.50 or 75. So, okay. But yeah, executing is like 100 time difference than just understanding it. That's the thing. You need so much practice for this stuff. Now let's see what happens at the low. We did see big buyers into the low. So buyers are interested, which tells me, but it's not pivoting hard of it, okay? So we do see interested buyers. So I'm starting to be interested in a buy here, okay? But they are not pushing this higher and we're building volume into the low. So I do expect the bottom tick here. Just because we're not pivoting off of it, okay? So where would this bottom tick be? Like, could either be like here, but it's probably, yeah. Same concept, just same concept. Boom. It happens all the time. It happens all day. You can play this shit all day. Like now you see a huge breakout. Because now what happened? Now we had a bottom tick of this giant range here, okay? Why was it a good bottom tick? It was a good bottom tick because before the bottom tick, you already had buyers being interested, okay? And then it bottom ticked it. So it's an awesome setup. Just one tick below this. This low here of this range, okay? So, and once, and this is like what I'm talking about. One thing leads into another, okay? Like because it bottom ticked the entire range, okay? It did bottom tick the full range here. So a lot of buyers who are looking for a bottom tick or like what are bottom ticks? It's pretty much liquidity hunting, okay, from big players. They are looking on this time frame, okay, are looking for this bottom tick here and wanting to buy it. Then they bought this bottom tick, which immediately led to all those sellers from here being stopped out, okay, which led to all those sellers from here being stopped out, which led to all those sellers from here being stopped out, okay. Now you have all these different ranges, like going into another, and just shit's just exploding, okay. So you can say price action is random and stuff like this, and you never know what happens, but I really think it doesn't. I mean, obviously there is some randomness to it, but for the most part, even these big things you can kind of see coming. The thing that, because here this was again like bottom tick of this big range, which led to mid pivot here, and just all this other gets stopped out, okay. And this, obviously, they were all looking for basically a break of this range here into this again. It's just like catapulted, okay. Yeah. Now, since this is a very big breakout now, you could kind of expect this once again come back to point of control of the day, okay, around point of control. You could also see it come back to these low notes here. Also, it did already come back to these low notes here. So you had some real low notes here, which could be respected. Don't know yet. Also, I haven't watched it closely when we got there. Yeah. Yeah. We're kind of struggling here. So we have another like kind of low node area here. So right now we're trading below this and this. Now if you look at this range here, kind of bottom ticks this range, but not really. Like this is more of a grind. Okay, this is not a bottom tick, this is a grind. So I do expect this to fall. This looks like it wants to go lower. Yes, it does. Now we kind of see it reject, but it couldn't sustain it. So it kind of puked it, but immediately fell back down again. So don't really want to take this long yet. Now we mid-rolled here. Okay. So now we're kind of at the middle of this range here again. Now you gotta have to make a decision at this point. And it's a kind of difficult one. Do you think this is a mid pivot here and a move higher? Or was this a mid roll? So like, wasn't 100% clear here. Now it just looks more like a mid pivot, in my opinion. So at this point, I would consider longing this. Now you have a complete 9/0 here. Like now I'd consider longing this here. Because this is a bigger range, okay? Like this is this range. So you also have to look at it a little bit stretched out, okay? The smaller the ranges and the tighter you look, the stuff you look at, the less time you have to give it on the pivots, okay? But now, since this was a pullback, like I do expect it to come to here, okay? Like now, I do expect it to come to point of control, okay? Maybe just 2 or 3 ticks higher, okay? Like 1550, like good target here on this trade for me, okay? That's the thing, like depending on the time frame you're trading, you have to look at these pivots in a different way. If you're just looking at micro ranges, a pivot has to be bam, okay, bam. If you're looking at the bigger range, okay, the stretched out range, a pivot, this is a pivot, okay, because yeah, it didn't like just go bam bam, okay, but it also had to go a way further distance here, okay. So yeah, and since it has to go a further distance, you also have to give it more time, but it didn't really during this time when it went higher, okay. Sorry, my auction list has messed up now. During this time when it went higher, it didn't really at any point backtick hard. So it was a pivot, okay. It was just a stretched out pivot on a bigger time frame, okay. Like now here, this is getting scary. We made a new high here. We had no follow through. But I'd still stay in this trade. Yeah. Long gods are cooking. I'd still stay in this trade because obviously like it's a bigger trade, okay, exactly, like, yeah. Genau, you kind of want to see how price bounces off the VPOC, okay, and how hard of a time it has bouncing off the VPOC, okay. Like, is it bouncing off of it fast and hard and like time and like volume and everything combined, like, kind of tells you a story, okay. Now it's kind of struggling here in the 13s, okay. Oh, now we find buyers again. Not really though. So that's the problem with me. Like, I would love to play these things, okay, but I'm just such a scalper when I see things go against me and things not working out like them to. Like, I'm so fast on pulling my trades. So it's just difficult for me. Now this is a bottom tick of this range, okay? At this point you could bring your stop loss in here, just below this, because you're at this point. It kind of really bottom ticked here, in my opinion. So I think trailing this is fine. If it goes below here, I'm wrong, obviously. But this could just like really squeeze now. Now we kind of top ticked here. This could really squeeze. Like, now we top ticked it twice. We're not finding aggressive sellers here. So buyers gonna come. Now we're finding aggressive sellers here. Bid is taking them for now. Now we're rolling over. Now I'm trying to get out here. Yep. So I gave it, gave it the opportunity for it out here. Because I had my profit locked in anyways, and I thought this could squeeze and maybe try to take out the liquidity above this high here on a squeeze. Thank you, iceberg. But we kind of struggled here. Okay, we went higher. I did expect a top tick, so a top tick was at least a top tick was very high probability, I think. But then the question was, what happens after this top tick? Okay, look, not top tick, but a tick higher. Okay, like obviously, even if this reverses here. Like I thought the seller or the buyers need to at least take out the liquidity above this, okay? And then the question was, okay, do we see follow through? Do we see them holding the bid? Do we see big buyers still committing? Or do we see seller come in? Okay, especially on size, which they did. Like, and this was the time then when I thought, okay, I'm gonna get out of this trade. Because I did see that the sellers come in. Now we have another top tick here. We also, for the first time, like in really like pretty much since the 12s, we saw big sellers hit. So at this point, you could really short this thing, in my opinion. This is a good short, I think. Let's see if I get a fill here. Let's move this again here. Why do I short here? I short here because for the first time, like since the 12s pretty much, for the first time we're seeing sellers. We're seeing big sellers really for the first time since we like pretty much moved up here. We had a top tick here, okay, so we top tick this range. Thank you, Asperg. Now though, this kinda needs to fall, in my opinion. Like now you see more buyers come in. So this, I would cut this now. I see buyers come back in here. Maybe like it wasn't, this was overreacted probably now. Technically we just had about top tick here. So this was overreaction. It's really grinding here, so this is breaking to the lows. That's exactly what I mean, like with my trading. Like I'm having such a hard time. Like I'm pulling my trades way too fast when I see something go wrong. Like this was a perfect example yet again. Just kind of scared of those bigger buyers coming back in and stuff like this. And like in general on the bigger idea, also I still kind of would like to see them take out this 1575 liquidity here, okay. That's also yeah, I think so too. So let's see now. Now we are trading in a very tight range here. Building some volume here at the prior low node. So we don't have so much volume here, but we're kind of filling it up right now. Balancing the market a bit again. Now we kind of bottom tick this range. But it's just a micro bottom tick, but still like. Now we're finding buyers here. Now I could take this long, I think. Trying to take it long here. Shit. Not getting a fill here. Yep. That's what I mean. Like I do think they really want to take out the 75 liquidity here. And they're doing it right now. Yep. Now they've kind of taken it out here. Let's see if they follow through. Bigger sellers are hitting. Kind of getting stuck here. Would love to see a real spike and really a complete auction here. Wanna see a complete, no big burst coming in here. Still looking for a complete here. Where's another previous swing? Like 70-25 here. So here we have another previous swing. Probably a lot of liquidity above it as well. Can we get there? Don't know. Probably not. Looks like we wanna roll over again. Volume drying out though, so this has probably one more pop in it. Also sell set volume drying out. Just saw it now on Discord. Looking good here. So now we had a, this is a complete here. This is like a auction. This is a top tick. Now I want to enter around here. So I think like maybe 18s here. Let's see. Obviously, it doesn't have to happen, but lots of getting out here. Lots of buying here. Big boys. It just got probably short is still valid here, but don't know. Like the bid was kind of strong here, and I really like this. At this point, like they should have just rolled over here, but it didn't. It found a bid, and then we also had some big buyers. So at this point, like I was wrong. Basically, my idea was wrong. My idea was invalidated, so I had to get out of the trade. And now I gotta pee. Be right back. Be right back. I'm on a text note here, like notepad, like all these pro streamers. Be right back. Coffee. Actually, no. Give me one more second. I'm gonna pick up a hoodie. It's cold here. Hello, peoples. Someday, once we hit 1K followers, I'm gonna download some ASMR with my nice voice from my surgery. I'm gonna do a ASMR session for you guys, for my loyal 6 watchers who are like watching every day. Like we pretty much every day around 6 people here. I really do appreciate you joining in here. Trading can be so fucking lonely, but being live here with you guys like makes it a lot better. Oh, now we're shitting ourselves here. This looks like it wants to fall in here. Also, it's actually like super nice like doing this session today, to be honest. Yeah. 100%. Like if I start doing ASMR here with my nice voice. Honestly, like right now the surgery is like 3 months. The surgery was 2.5 months or so ago. And I'm still having a messed up voice. So I'm like at this point I'm like kind of thinking it might not ever get normal again. So not that I care that much, but yeah. It is what it is. So I don't need the coffee. I don't need to save this here. So what are we looking at here? So I need to make myself some new context here, because my I need to make myself some new coffee, some new context, not coffee. I have coffee. I need context. Which one are you trading? I'm only trading ES. So ES is the futures contract of the S&P 500. Jesus. Didn't want that to happen. So yeah. So I'm just trading the ES. I did like pretty much did a full breakdown and full explanation of my trading style and pretty much my system, like in this stream. Like because I had a good start into the day, and then I'm just happy with what I've made on the day, especially because I did have a pretty bad week last week. Okay, so just for you, Revi Pablo. So my last 2 weeks were pretty awful. So I had a good start into the day. So I said to myself, okay, I'm just calling it for today on my account here, and I'm just gonna switch to the SIM account and just pretty much explain you guys what I'm looking at and stuff like this. And explain my trading style and my edge pretty much. So if you like rewind the stream, so like if you rewind the stream or like watch it after it's done, like you can obviously like just watch me right now and ask anything, like I'll answer. Don't worry, I have nothing better to do. But you can also like go back in the stream, like pretty much the last hour or so. I've been pretty much breaking down my edge and my trading style, and just some sample trades as well. Because obviously I just don't see me here, but okay, Gulu, sorry. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed it. I think it was like one of the best sessions for you guys to learn. Because I really like go really into detail and into depth about what I'm doing, really. But yeah. And also, to be honest, for myself, like today's session like gave me so much confidence again. Like also just sitting here on sim, okay, and just taking those couple trades on sim. Just seeing my edge pretty much play out and work. Also super nice. Now recoveries can take over a year. I'm sure you get old voice back. Yeah, could be. Let's see. I hope so, at least. Only problem here. I'm kind of missing context here because I did grab the coffee, so I didn't really see how we rejected the high here, and that would have been kind of important. But what's even more important, like this is a nice rejection here. My feeling is telling me short this thing. But we are just at the bottom of the range, so you don't want to short at the bottom of a range. I don't know. Let's see, we're holding above the 13s here. Kinda bottom ticked this small micro range here. So I do expect a top tick here at least. Maybe to the point of control here. It's grinding around the low. Gonna try to short this here. Because I do expect here, yep. Now I kinda wanna see it reject though. It's not really rejecting. Now we're falling through here. Getting out here for just 2 ticks. Why? Here just out for 2 ticks because it didn't really reject the highs here. So we kind of built volume here, okay. Yeah. Hallo? Ja. Ja, passt dann her. Passt. Na, passt dann her. Dann, na, passt schon. Ja, passt perfekt. Danke. So, reason being I entered here, okay, for a 2 tick winner is because this was not a top tick of the range, okay. Like you kinda, after this bottom tick of the range, you kinda expected a top tick of this range, okay. But this was not a real top tick, so we got there, and then we traded volume there, and we just kind of fell in. So at this point, I got out, basically. Now, if you look at this range, we had if we now let's look at this range in a little bit of a bigger picture. Now we're grinding the low of this range, so this should bottom tick this range here, or break it, just straight up break down. Looks more like a breakdown here to me. You do see it constantly hit into the low on big selling volume here. This looked like it wants to really break down here. Sellers are struggling though, like lots of big selling, but they are really struggling here. But this is not a complete, like this is not like, now they're stuck and now buyers come in. Bid is a lot stronger than the offer here. So at this point I'm leaning more long than short here. But I'm training to be patient here, so this is not a good setup yet. Now we kind of bottom tick this range, this small range here. Now we kind of top ticked it. We're still trading within this small range here. Now we're kind of breaking down here. But we do see buyers interested, okay, so at this point I want to put the limit buy orders or just around here. Just let's do it 1 tick higher. Because I do think they want to start, so I do see very interested buyers here. I do see a strong bid. I see strong market buying here, okay. But I don't just want to enter here. I want to enter on a bottom tick of this range. So basically I want to enter here, okay. Like I want to enter on a flush. Usually I like to enter 1 or 2 ticks below. But with the amount of volume built up here, like I do expect this bottom tick to be a little bit deeper if it does occur. So I think 3 ticks is good on it. Also it aligns very well with this low node here. So now I would really like this to break this and just bottom tick here. Like we have so much volume and stops here. So this should puke, okay. This should flush. And then I want to see how it flushes, okay. If I decide to stay in this trade or not. Still, now it's even more likely to puke, okay. Like look at this, like we have here, 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 okay. Like this range been tested so many times. So it did got a flush. Does it flush and go lower? Or does it flush and come right back in? I don't know. Like personally, I think it wants to go higher because I do see a strong bid and I do see strong market buying here. So I do think they want to take it higher. But I also think they want to just take it out first here. Now with just one tick here, I do want to see them. This could very well be the bottom tick here. No, it's not. Now I'm in, okay. Now I'm in the trade. Now I gotta see what happens, okay. Are we seeing a sharp pullback here? Are we seeing a strong offer? So for now it looks good. So for now this trade looks very good here. Don't like it that much. Now it really has, it shouldn't really, like right now I can pull my stop in here. Only risking pretty much 3 ticks here. It's struggling here. I'm stopped out here. And this is now probably the real bottom tick. Yep. Jesus. Yeah, I shouldn't have moved my stop. Like this was the real bottom tick now. That was the real one. But yet again, a perfect example for you guys. Like I really shouldn't have moved my stop here. Like there was no point. Like really wasn't. Like you shouldn't have moved my stop there. It doesn't really matter, but still. Genau. When I do see it, because you asked, when I do see a strong bid, this means for me reloading, yeah. So if I say I see a strong bid, like it's always in relation or in correlation. So a strong bid is always in correlation to the offer, okay? Like obviously, like you can theoretically also on its own say, okay, a strong bid. But just a strong bid for me is just when you see lots of reloading and just you do see a lot of sellers, okay, but you kind of see them not getting through that bid, okay, like you kind of see them struggle. Like if a price clears, okay, like if the price clears a level, okay, like you want to see it clear on lots, it needs a lot of volume to clear it, okay. Like for example, like look, for example, like down here, okay, let's see, this was a move up. Like here we had 41, 62, 36, 22, 52, okay. So price moved, if we say it moved up here, I don't remember right now. Or now let's say here, okay, like we're moving up here, but the offer's not really strong, okay. We're moving up here on 44, 29, okay. Now here the offer's kind of getting stronger, okay, 150. It takes more contracts, so it takes more market contracts in order to clear the limit, okay. So now it was strong here, okay, the offer was strong here at 13, but now the offer's weak again, okay. Like here, this 3 ticks got cleared pretty much on almost no volume, like 29, 55 and whatever, okay. Like that's kind of what you want to see. Like you want to see them really like starting to limit buy, because again, back to the old concept, okay, if it's a bigger buyer, okay, he needs to fill a bigger order and a bigger position, so he needs to first start market buying, okay, like in a range. Like bigger buyers are not in and out at one price, they are filling the order in a range, okay, with algos. And so you have this range where he starts to try to build his position, okay, also that he can hide his position. And then once he has most of his position in, then he starts market buying, okay, and obviously price goes. If the offer's weak, if the offer's strong, might not go, but that's like my thought process behind it. And when you see a strong bid at the highs here, for example, like here you see lots of reloading and the bid being strong at the highs. And if the bid is strong at a high, this is probably not so this is probably gonna go further. Like this is a sign that it wants to break for me, okay? Obviously it doesn't always break. Like for example, you saw it being pretty strong in 1425. So you do see a lot of kind of reloading here and being the bid is kind of strong here in the 1425s. And once we went lower, okay, bid was also there. And then they immediately market bought it back up, okay? So like right now I'm thinking, okay, there is probably a buyer at around 1425 who's willing to buy because he's filling limit here. And if we get below this price, okay, he starts market buying because average fill for him at 1425 is fine. So that's just what I'm thinking. So I think this is gonna break. Will it break? I don't know, but now here you see him reloading higher, okay? This looks very much like a breakout here. Why? Because earlier you saw him reload the 1425s here, okay? You saw him reload 1425, 1425. Then we ticked lower. You saw him immediately buy it back up to 1425, reload 1425, reload 1425, reload 1425. Then it shot higher, okay? It flushed back. And then you saw him reload the 1475s here, okay? Like here. You saw it was very fast. I don't know if you spotted it. But then you saw him reload the 1475s. So now he moved his buy position up to 1475s, okay? Now he starts holding the 1475s, okay? Now he starts market buying, okay? Now he probably has most of his position in. And he starts market buying. How far is he gonna take it out? Who knows? Up. Who knows, okay? Like where is he gonna take profit? Who knows? Maybe just also like you can't, that's why you always have to manage risk because you also can't like just rely on, if it's, for example, if this is just one guy doing this, okay, you could kind of screw yourself because if it's just one or two big guys doing it and then they're just grabbing a coffee, okay, like for example like me, and they're no longer there when the price goes back, you might just completely fall through. And now you still see big buyers here at the highs, okay. So this tells me that he really now continuous big buying, okay. He really wants to take this higher, in my opinion, okay. Like where would it make sense for him to take it, okay, and maybe get this first scale out? Like probably 18, if you look 1825, okay. So there's probably liquidity above 1825. So probably around 1850 here, if you look here up. Then there's probably some more around 1950. So did we get there? Not quite. 1825, okay. So now he might, but he's still hitting, okay, like there is still one hitting. So I do think this is probably gonna go higher here. But at this point, you could be starting to scale out to take profit or whatever. But now you also see him. Like now you see big sellers hit as well. And this is kind of about top tick here. So now you kind of would lose a little bit of confidence in this trade. And I would kind of pull it. Now it's cheating itself. See? With this top tick here, So you had this range here, okay, and then you had him here, like almost get to target. So let's say here, you had the first big seller, you had it come back into this range, then you had this range top tick. So that's why here like would have been an okay place in my opinion to yeah, basically pull this trade. Might just could have been also just a pullback, okay, like this was pretty much one big block drop which got it lower here, okay, so the big buyer might still be there, so you never know. But I think like if I would be the big buyer now that drove buyers up here, okay, I would start taking partials here, okay, so the move is, in my opinion, kind of losing a little bit of hope here. Also, you could see them like now it completely stop run on the other end, okay, because now there might be like a lot of people trapped who thought this was the top here. So you could see this also like completely ripped to the upside. But there's always two sides to this coin, okay? You gotta watch it here very closely. But the bid is just kind of weak here, okay? In my opinion, the bid is too weak. So here that it's falling in on 40, 55, 58, 84. The offer's weak as well, okay? So the offer's not the strongest either, but in my opinion, if they really want to take this higher, they would need a stronger bid. Now they're kind of finding a stronger bid here, okay? Now if you look at it, the bid is kind of stepping up here. But sellers are really hitting it. Now we have a bottom, no, not really a bottom tick, this didn't move away fast enough and far enough. And we see a very strong offer here. I mean, look how much contracts they're absorbing here. Bid is also strong, very tricky here. This is gonna get explosive. So if you see something like this is gonna get explosive. Because both are like really filling positions here. Sellers and buyers. Now you kind of saw it top tick here. So at this point, I would take the short here. You also have this range here, which should kind of break. See it grind the lows. You see this top tick here. So now the question is like, is this falling through and has follow through? Or is it just bottom ticking the range? So now I would move this to break even. Because now we did see that the mid roll over here. This has a lot of room to run, if it does run. But if it comes back up here, like you're probably wrong. Yeah. Could also like maybe take profit here, but Still looks like it wants to shed itself. The way it's grinding these lower prices here. I kind of want to short here. I'm shorting because I want this to be a top tick, but we're not getting back, so I need to get out here. Thought this might be a top tick, but we saw follow through, so wrong, and I needed to get out. Now if you look at the 30-second chart here, we kinda grabbed the liquidity above this low, we mid pivoted. So right now pullbacks to what is here? Pullbacks to 16 should be met by buyers. So let's try this. Let's see if we do get a pullback to the 16s here. We're kind of running out of sellers here. If we do see it top tick before, okay, now it's no longer valid. So the setup is no longer valid because now we already did get the higher move basically. The right play would have probably been here just below this range, a long entry. Anyways, hindsight is always 20/20. Now this is kinda a top tick here. So trying to get short here. Shouldn't really break this 1875s here. Did break it. It's finding volume here. Need to get out. Good thing I got out. Or even finding buyer into the 20s. So they might wanna grab the liquidity above 21s here. There's some liquidity sitting here. 23. Buyers really coming in now. Now this looks juicy. Trying to end on this low note here. And I pull back to this low note. Kinda need to see it pivot now. Kinda bottom tick this one here. Getting out here. Just a small one. Yeah, so okay, that's it for me today. Like, I hope you did enjoy the session. It was a very long session, but I hope you got something out of it or a lot out of it. Yeah. Basically, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for the guys who like stuck with me the entire stream. As always, huge thanks to you guys. If you have any questions or anything really, like, just ask me in Discord. You know the drill. Check out the homepage. It's slowly getting together. Yeah, that's basically it. Anyways, peace, guys.